Hello everybody and welcome. Ryan Nordall here with Epic Whitetail Habitat LLC. I'm out here on our home property this afternoon and just pulling a camera card off of one of my cameras out here that I actually have to go to and pull the chip out of, which is what I have to do out here. Not that I have any deer that are bedding around this area right here in particular. As you can see behind me, she's wide open, as I've stated before about my home property. But why do I have this food plot up here? Well, number one, it's a big pass-through area. You get a lot of deer that pass through here, several big bucks, especially come November in the rut. I don't know how many times, and I can't even count on my hands how many times I've come over the hill in our driveway and have seen mature bucks out cruising, chasing does, whatever. For those of you that have followed me in the past, I've videoed some decent bucks out here. One buck that we did not get on video, any video coverage of whatsoever, was 170 plus whatever he was. Definitely 170 inches, definitely Boone and Crockett a couple years ago. But had a couple encounters with him, including my, at the time, 16-year-old son. I guess he'd have been 15 at the time, sophomore in high school. Anyway, talking about this food plot. Now, this was beans earlier in the season. It was kind of a failed broadcasted soybean plot that I had done. The reason it failed is I just let the weeds take over. Didn't get to it in time for spraying, and they kind of choked it out. But there are soybeans here, and the soybeans that are here have been hammered browsed. And as you can see to my north behind me, plenty of corn. There's soybeans on the other side, probably 15 acres of soybeans on the other side of this corn strip. Got corn over here to the east, corn to the south, corn to the southwest. So I'm surrounded by food. The only problem is, after harvest, in the next few weeks to a month or whatever, all these farm fields are going to disappear. And I'm going to have the only remaining green food source in quite a bit of an area. Plus, this is a big pass-through area. I always talk about the big hardwood ridge to the west, followed by the big hardwood ridge to the east. They pass through here quite a bit. But we threw the kitchen sink at this food plot back in the middle of August. You can see the big sexy from Domain Outdoors is doing fairly well. There was quite a few bare spots. What did we do there? We come in with rye, oats, and a few different varieties of clover. Like I said, we threw the kitchen sink at this. You can see, I'm trying to point at it here, the mock scrape right here. It's doing its job. We've actually got some chestnut trees planted here. I've also got some persimmons buried in there that we've got to get caged and growing tubes around. Not necessarily growing tubes, but tree protectors. We're going to be doing that here. I'm not hunting this property here right away unless the cameras tell me different, but I just wanted to bring you this little video about what's going on here on our home property. As I said, I was going to update it throughout the year. Here's another update for you. The guys at Domain Outdoors are putting out a great product. I think you should check them out. And I thank you guys for following, supporting my videos, supporting my business. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the like. If you found value in this, share it with your friends. You know, this this plot here was completely no-till. When I did the beans, it was rye last year. Last fall I'd put rye in here, of course. I put the beans in here. They were doing very well, especially with the dry period that we had in May, June. But again, I just kind of neglected with the spraying. I had other projects going on and just didn't get to it in time. But we saved it by coming back in here again in the middle of August and put brassicas down. I put rye down, oats. There's clover in here. A lot of this clover kind of existed or came up naturally on its own, but we did seed some varieties of clover in here as well. But I think it's doing fairly well. You know, we're getting bulbs on the turnips and on the radishes that are in here. There's plenty of, for the beans that are here, there's plenty of pods and good beans inside. So I think we're going to have a lot of grain going into winter, late season archery, you know, end of November into late archery season, come December into the first part of January. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It didn't turn out the way it did a couple years ago. For those of you that followed me a couple years ago, I had this thing just smoking, but I think it's a very close second to what we did in 2019 on here. So I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to hunt it this year. Our goal is to kill at least one buck off of here, whether it be myself, my son, or a friend, or even a client. You have an opportunity. Help get me to 1,000 subscribers by the end of September here, and you could have a chance to hunt this property yet this season, or my other 2 properties. So click that subscribe button and share it with your friends. Tell your friends about it. Greatly appreciate it, guys. Thanks for joining me. Love having you following. Thank you.